Hey, whoops. Hey!
What up, everybody? Hey, what's the deal? That's Italian for I don't know what I'm saying in Italian.
Oh.
What's a good word, everybody?
Whoop.
What is that? Oh, product placement? Nothing sickens me more than you're sad. So we're not going to die from the Coke people. Hello, everyone that has gathered in the chat. We got the Double A. We got Picard. Make it so. Scoob, of course. The Pickle in the house. And the Noob. Good to see you guys. Happy New Year, everybody. This is the first broadcast from the Amigos Retrogaming Network of the year. It's going to be me and you doing our Sinclair. Get started early on the good stuff. Get it, because last year, Art Sinclair was far and away the most best games. The most best games.
Not most best English talk.
Is today a most best game? It's soon to be determined. But we've had a good look. Buck Owens in the house. Good to see you, Bucker. The Buckster.
Well, you gotta be careful saying that.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, you Bucker?
But we're looking forward to another fine season. It helps when you get that schedule made out, so you see what's going. It helps me anyway visualize how things are going to go.
Speaking of which, I'm going to pull that schedule up because I don't know what's going on next week.
I believe next week, the Brent, we're back on ARG Presents, I'm pretty sure. And I believe we're going to be doing games. It's funny, I just saw the piece here, the Tektronic 405.
Oh, no. That's next week?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the Tektronic. It's going to be next week. So this is light work.
Yeah.
When the game just comes up and works and you have a game, you're in business. So, but that's ARG.
Although, once we get over that lovely piece of kit,
yeah,
we got a couple easy weeks coming.
You know, ARG is the closest thing to guerrilla gaming there is. I don't mean monkeys. I mean, like, I defy anyone to show me another show. Listen, we're not the highest brow show. We don't have the best special effects department or producer or the writer.
Wait. I've got special effects.
I don't see anything.
No, well, hey!
Oh, really? Okay, we're amongst the best special effects people. But one thing we do, we put it on the line.
We punish ourselves a lot.
And remember, we used to do that every week.
Oh,
that was the show. So now at least we get a few weeks to ponder our fate. But I defy suckers that can do it on the fly like that, you know. And when people ask me, Aaron, what did you think of the I just had someone leave a nice comment on the Ohio Scientific Challenger. And I was like, man, we love that episode. When I thought back to that episode, I remember loving it and nothing else. I don't remember. So we go through these so fast. It's like someone shuffling a deck of cards in front of you. Which is your favorite? I don't know. The rectangular one. I don't know what's happening. That's the way it is. Maybe you've got better recall than I do, the brand.
No. There's a few that stick out that we did.
Yeah.
But, what was my opinion on them?
Yeah.
Go watch the show, man. I don't know.
Yeah. You know, one of my gravest fears, and this is especially on Amigos, is for example, when we picked Game of the Year, I could have made a safe choice because, Lotus was a great game. But I really enjoyed, when I went back on the Disaster Stream and played Cyberpunk, I was really enjoying that.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, man.
You didn't pick that.
I did, though. I did pick that for my Game of the Year on the Amiga.
Did you? Okay.
And so I thought about it, and I thought to myself, did I bury that game when we played it? That's my number one fear, because sometimes you're in the wrong frame of mind. And it's happened on this show, it's happened on ARG, where, I just don't like the game. It's happened on Amigos the most, where I just don't get along with the game. And then I come back, and I'm like, oh, now I get it, you know, or I understand what I was doing wrong, or I'm in a better mood. You know, I think it happens with Bo, too. You know, he hated Walker. This time around, he actually liked Walker a lot more, for example. You know, so I guess what I'm saying is, the good thing about not having a good memory is, you suddenly will love things you hated. I guess that's what I think.
For me, it's a little different. When I was thinking of Game of the Years for the different shows, if you would have said, Brent, what's Game of the Year? And didn't give me a list.
Hey, Larry.
You're screwed. I remembered some things that we played, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
For the Coco. Bam. I would have said that.
I can remember all the Coco games.
That game's stuck in my brain.
Yeah.
Old Tower for the Spectrum. That game's stuck in my brain.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But when you pull out the list, you go, oh, no, this was something special.
Yeah.
Spooky. I think I would remember Spooky.
Spooks.
Well, I would have called it Spooky.
That's the wrong name.
No, that doesn't matter. As long as I get it close. I'm not going for home runs, Aaron. I'm going for foul balls.
Well, yeah. Just make a contact, what you're saying.
That's it.
I mean, we've been doing, me and you did ARG for how many years now? Probably 6, 7 years.
A lot.
We did hundreds and hundreds. We did how many ARGs? We did 250, 300, something like that. We did a bunch of them.
Keep speaking, and I will look it up, because I'm curious.
And I don't know what number of our Sinclair this is. I don't know what number Coco show we're on. I don't know anything. I don't know nothing, all right? We've done a lot of shows. I would love, it would be a dream, if I could remember the games in each show. Like, there are things that stick out, and a lot of things that end up sticking out are things where I've had to go back and re-edit a show, or like for example, remember when we did, I think it was called Black Lamp. Remember Black Lamp?
Yep.
Now, why do you think I remember that episode?
It was pain.
We have a lot of pain. But that's the only episode I ever did one of those vertical YouTube videos for. Ever.
Oh.
I did it, because there was a bit in an episode I thought was funny when we were talking about
you
the
mean
gesture.
a short?
Yeah. And so, because I'm like, okay, let's give this a whirl, because this is the new hotness. Do I want to get involved? How big a pain in the butt's the new hotness? Turns out a huge pain in the butt is the new hotness.
Well, it's not, but yes.
And so I did part 1 and part 2 of a bit we did in that. And then I was like, okay, I'm never doing this again. But that bit's embedded in my head.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise that show was, just another show. I believe that was an Art Sinclair too. It was. I know it was.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I started doing ARG
Heroin.
Presents. Yeah. I wish.
You're wasting away the bread.
I'd be a lot thinner. May 29th, 2018.
Right. So
7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's when we still had. It's also kind of depressing to go back through.
Yeah.
And look at comments of people who have moved on. I mean, I get it.
I do too. Yeah,
I get it.
That. And you're like, man, that guy was around forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a one.
This guy even changed his name.
Yeah.
WrestleTube 1.
Yeah, he's the guy I was thinking of. He was around forever. He never was a Patreon. He never was in a Discord. But he was always commenting.
Yep.
But we lost him somewhere. Hopefully
Kingston
it's okay.
LG.
Well, he's still around.
Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher's still making videos. I talk to him on occasion.
So, yeah, but...
yeah, there's a lot of those guys that come in. It's when you hold... It's sad when the thing is, everyone that subscribes or is part of or a member of the Patreon or something like that, they're on the list, so you hear their name often. But also just people that just leave comments. I remember them time after time. Like Batman was a guy who left comments for years before he finally joined up. There's a bunch of them. So they do stick in your head. It's funny to go back and read those comments. You're right. You think about people you haven't thought about for a while, and you think to yourself, man, I miss that guy.
And Alex Bike Tester. Boy, I read that wrong.
Man.
Alex Bike Tester. He's our chatter in YouTube land.
Yeah.
We are not good enough, and I mean in quality or in ability to make special effects using the ZX Spectrum.
Unless we threw it towards the screen.
That would be it. This is our special effect. It's real. That's all we can do.
Now,
practical effect.
I will say it wasn't a ZX, but our buddy Anthony Jarvis had an amazing show on YouTube called the Amiga Show. Clever name. And Andy did all of the work on it with his Amiga video toaster.
That's good stuff.
If you watched last week's episode of the Best of the Year, that opening was done by Anthony on his video toaster. He did that. I use it all the time because it's so cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
And his show was awesome. An awesome show. He's got a great voice. It was artsy. It was delivered well. And I missed that show.
Rushi, yep, that's another one.
Rushi, I talk to Rushi every once in a blue moon, Buck. Rushi, it's funny, Rushi and Dreamcatcher both, they just sort of had cross word with somebody, and they're the kind of people that they were just done.
It happened.
They weren't mad at me or you, or they weren't upset. They just moved on. Rushi was one of the most generous, kindest guys. He's a big wrestling fan. He moved back. He was living in Germany.
We don't hold that against him, though.
No, I don't, because I love that. And he's real popular and active in, like, the Retro Asylum forums. He was. But I still talk to Rushi occasionally because he moved to Ohio. Great guy. I loved Rushi. But but Anthony's show, if you haven't seen the Amiga show, you should go over and watch there's like 6, 7 episodes, maybe a few more. I did a voiceover for a segment on one of those shows, and it was one of the hardest things I ever filmed. Because I try to make it not suck. It's hard. You know how hard it is to someone goes, okay, do this, sync it up with this, and be funny. And these are all things I'm not good at. I was just like,
I don't know. You're naturally funny.
Well, I don't know about that.
Smelling, tasting.
But always go over and watch Anthony's show, and then leave a comment demanding it returns. That's what I want. Because
that's what you want for Christmas.
Well, the thing is, Anthony's problem was it's really hard to make a show.
Yeah.
If
nothing else, we have longevity.
And
it helps that all we have to do is, once we actually get behind the camera, all we have to do is sit here.
When I was on This Week in Retro a couple weeks ago, like our good buddy Dunk, who's been around forever, Duncan Styles,
mm-hmm.
when Boat started This Week in Retro, he got Duncan on board to produce. So Dunk's the only original member of the crew still over there.
That's crazy.
But I watched, so we were there, so they film differently than we do. They pre-tape, and then they have, like, he goes through and slices it all up, and hits all this stuff, and it'd be a lot of hard work. Good. Yeah. Yeah. But I was thinking to myself, man, it would be cool to have someone to produce your stuff. Like, if all we had to do was just come in here and film and do nothing else, like it would be.
No, I understand. You hire an editor, is what you mean.
Well, which obviously we can't, but it would be it would give you the ability to, like, not worry about that stuff.
Yeah.
Or, like, just screw up. Like, when we screw up in the middle of a show, like, before we started, we had our microphones weren't plugged in, okay? Yes, these are the things we do. And so, if you get halfway through a show, and then, like this happened on the show last week, me and Boat did. We got halfway through the show, and I did a little elbow job, and my microphone came unplugged because the Wi-Fi, the USB plug's going bad in it, right? So luckily I paused it real quick. We weren't live. I could fix it, and we could keep going. It wasn't too bad. But, you know what a major catastrophe it is. If something goes south in the middle of your show, the computer reboots, or your internet goes down like it used to, then it's time for the endless, work. I got a good taste of that last week working on the show we did in here because of the sound.
Yeah.
So.
But you did an amazing job on.
Oh, wait, what? You think I was involved in that? That was our good buddy AI that helped us do that.
Well, you still found it. You went through the work.
I will say the fact that the audio sucked that bad, it's funny. Sometimes things happen for a reason, and now we've got that in our back pocket if something goes south, So that was great. I'm glad it sucked at the time, and I'm glad it happened because now we're in business. We got to, so we may remaster some of our old episodes. I'm going to look through some ARGs. There were some ARGs with some god-awful audio. Yeah. It was, I don't know, I think it was worse than the Amigos.
Oh, it definitely was.
Because Boat went back and remastered. I was looking at some of the old Amigos. They sounded, even the worst ones sound okay. But there's some ARGs that are, man, they're not that good.
Real quick, I want to mention, if you are a Patreon with the Retro Rotation, you can go over to the Patreon page, and I've put up a financial statement of what we brought in last year versus what we spent stuff on. One small correction, John,
I think we don't know about that correction. I gotta look back to my buy history.
We believe it's possible that the microphones were purchased on Aaron and John's money, not mine and Aaron's money. So
I can't remember.
But if you want a read of what we brought in versus what we spent stuff on, that kind of stuff. Annual review. I'm going to start to. I was doing them every year and I stopped. I'm going to start doing it again because I think it's important for folks to know.
I think you should know that thanks to your kind contributions, I'm now a millionaire. Driving a Rolls Royce. It's funny. I was looking at that business report and cringing, and with the pain because I've spent a ton of money. Like we're sitting on money. Like none of this stuff's on the ledger. The table, the green screens.
No, the green screens aren't on there.
These two couches.
The couches aren't on here, and the only reason why I didn't put the couches on here is I think this was something you were going to purchase no matter what.
No,
right?
oh, God, no. TV stand.
I
Did
put
you put that on
there.
Yeah.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to worry about that stuff.
I'm taking a bath here. Are you kidding me? It's just why I don't worry about it, because I don't want to know.
I put in the post, we don't want Aaron to worry about this.
Because I was talking to Bud about this. I got no idea on that side either. I just show up, and they set me down.
But if you want kind of a look into it, and you're on our Patreon, you can hop over and do that.
But thank you, everybody. Whether you are a subscriber or a Patreon member, just somebody hanging and banging. Thank you very much. Oh! That reminded me of something. I got to put this in the show before we start.
Okay, I'll entertain everyone.
We won an award in the off week.
Oh, trust me, they've emailed me 1,000 times about it.
They sent you email about it too?
Yeah, because that's the email technically attached to the show, which I will have to say means that they watch the show enough to know that email is active.
Even I was surprised.
Yeah,
because we don't get all that much email on ARG.
Did you get it through the argpresents@mail.com account?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they actually sent it to the retrorotation@gmail account too.
Oh, very good. So, hey,
which means they actually care enough to know.
It's funny because when you look at the top 10 of those shows, like we're in real good company, but I noticed none of the other shows on our network are on there. I couldn't believe that.
Well, it was ZX specific, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. No, because Black was number 6.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm going to bring up the list here. By the way, it says the top 15 best retro computing podcasts, but I can only get to like number 9. Oh, they fixed. No, yeah. You have to go move on. Let's see if any of our other shows made it.
It didn't.
How is that possible? This is the best show in the network now?
I mean, according to Free Spot, but you can bring that up during the show.
Okay, but now I've got to see if we made the top 15 now.
I saw you guys on the United Network New Year's Bash show. I have no idea what that is, but thank you.
Thank you, Marcade. How do we do? What is that? I don't know. Is there a check coming? I bet there's not. No, I'm dying to know what that is. Oh, you have to. Oh, I see how it's. I think this might be some kind of clever ploy for money.
Of course it is. But
yeah, but hey, we still made the list. By God, I'm going to mention it. Hey, look, we're. It's funny. I didn't know you made that one anymore. Anyway,
apparently we were great.
That's awesome. Thank you.
What is it?
I don't know. Look that up real quick.
I did. It didn't come up with anything.
What's the United Network? I don't know what that is either. Maybe he's just talking about our ARG Presents the network show. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, the year-end thing. Yeah, that would make more sense.
Although I like the idea of a United Network.
Well, don't give anyone ideas.
Anyway, it goes. Thank you very much. Are you ready to talk about this thing?
Yeah. It's owned by the same ones who own Twitch.
Wait a minute. What? So what is another thing? That's awesome. I'm going to put that there. We're going to talk about that too.
Oh, we can't talk about that.
We were heavily featured in the United Network New Year's Bash show.
Pretty much we anchored that thing.
We emceed the entire show.
I did see, real quick, I know we're babbling for way too long.
Yeah, especially.
I was looking at Twitch things, right?
Yeah.
Twitch rankings. We are in the top 7,000 of Twitch subscribers.
Talking our network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when you think top 7,000, you guys are a bunch of losers.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
This is out of 1.1 million streamers. We're in the top 7,000.
Well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, I'm hoping to get over the 7,000 mark this year.
Well, we're not going to.
Let's see if we can do it.
In fact, I have a strong suspicion we're going to be adding zeros at the end real soon.
Here's the thing, Brent. The thing is, like, I stream on Twitch. you on some Fridays, all right? Couple, 2 or 3 a month, all right? And then we do shows on Twitch, but they're not really they're not the kind of shows you see on Twitch. It's like a show.
Well, I mean, Twitch is everything anymore.
If we were to stream a bunch, I think we could go way up the ranks.
Well,
You know, I think you should stream some. We've talked about this.
We'll talk after the show. Now, I'm serious.
I've heard that before.
No.
Right, from a guess. First the merch, then the
You're going to help me with merch this year.
Didn't I already help you?
What you did?
Didn't we help get the printer?
Help me die.
Good point. And also, can we do a show now,
I don't know,
badly?
man. Every day you put me one day closer to death.
Well, see, look, it's working. The plan's working.
All right, we are going to go away
I
and
gotta
then.
close some of these. I got so many. I'm like a granny here. I got all this crap over.
Well, you have several seconds to figure it out. Here we go.
Oh. Howdy ho there, Sinclair supporters, and welcome to another exciting year with your buddies and the ZX Spectrum on our Sinclair. It's me, it's good old buddy, Amigo Aaron, joined as always by a giggly goof they simply call the Brent. Look at wow. Well, that ruined a lot of schoolgirl fantasies right there, the Brent. Boy, we are happy and ecstatic to be back here for another year of our Sinclair.
Yes.
2026 has dawned. I was telling Brent before the show that we are the first out of the gate for the network this year, the Amigos Retro Gaming Network.
We swear it gets better.
We couldn't get more excited for that. And so what we've got this year is, to kick it all off.
Wait. We couldn't get more excited to go first?
That's right. We couldn't
Fair
get
enough.
more excited because this year we're going to put you and everyone here in the COBRA. It's COBRA time. COBRA! It's going to be awesome. But before we get to COBRA,
Yeah.
we're going to get down to some serious business.
Uh-oh.
Serious business, Brent. First of all, breaking news. Scroll that up a little bit. If you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
mind.
because you don't know unless
We've
you
got
read it.
two breaking news that we're going to put ourselves over, man. First, we were just informed by the Marcade that we were heavily featured
No.
on the United Network New Year's Bash show, which is news to us, but that's awesome. So if you're a big fan of the United Network and their New Year's Bash, and you saw us help revel you into the new year, good, that's awesome.
We apologize.
No, it's awesome, and we meant to do that. Secondly, we may have a legitimate award to talk about. FeedSpot has selected our Sinclair as one of the top 10 retro gaming podcasts.
Woohoo!
We were nestled right between This Week in Retro and our good buddy Flack with You Don't Know Flack, his show, which technically isn't about retro gaming, but still, it's okay. We were at number 5. So according to FeedSpot, we're the 5th greatest retro game podcast of all time.
I don't think that's what they said, but okay.
That's awesome. You didn't know that, did you? But we're there. So congratulations to us. Pat yourself on the back, Brent. Just like Barry Horowitz. We are getting it done. We're getting it done. It's old school. Now, before we get to the game, it's a new year. It's a new you. All right?
No, same old me.
Give me one of your... I know you're not a big fan of making a declaration of
No,
getting
I
a year.
do not do
But
that.
in this one case, what's the one thing in retro gaming you want to do more of or less of in the coming 2026?
I can actually answer this.
Holy smokes, I can't believe... Because normally he just looks at me stone-faced and goes, I don't know.
Well,
We've got something.
No, I always make up other malarkey. No, I am going to play more arcade games this year.
More arcade games. Why
Yes.
arcade games?
When you boil it down,
Yeah.
and I've put a little bit of thought
Holy
into this,
smokes,
right?
it finally happened, folks.
I always enjoy playing, on the Spectrum and the Coco, even the Atari consoles and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because either it's new to me, which is always exciting, like with the Spectrum. I'm
Yeah.
always finding new stuff.
Yeah.
or it's familiar to me, like the Coco, because I grew up with it, right?
Yeah.
But in my heart of hearts, my gaming soul belongs to the quarter drop in the arcade.
I understand.
That is where I have some of my fondest memories, and I have stopped playing arcade games. I don't know if I loaded up an emulator and played arcade games more than like twice last year. And I have told myself,
that's crazy for you.
I know. I told myself, I said, self, you get so much enjoyment out of playing these arcade games. Why are you not doing it? So I am going to do that. What about you?
I've got a couple that I want to get into. Now, this is going to sound like I'm being a homer here.
Here it is, homie.
Right,
come on.
But here's the thing. So, last year, I had a real good time live streaming on Friday night. Friday Night Disaster stream.
Yes.
I did a lot of Amiga streams last year. Because I love the Amiga. So, this year, my first declaration for the new year, New Year's resolution, is I'm going to do more streaming, and I want to get in these following machines more. Okay?
All right, here they are.
So, first, the Pico 8. This thing was awesome. I got to get this thing over like Rover.
Yes, I'm all for that.
Secondly, and this is going to take a lot more work, because these things harder to play. I have all kinds of trouble playing this thing. But after our debacle with Thanksgiving, I want to try to play more Amstrad.
Well, I don't think debacle is fair, but Amstrad, okay.
What do you mean? We couldn't get it to work.
Well,
that's a debacle. And thirdly,
yeah, but if you negate that part, it was great.
Thirdly, I'm going to play more on stream of the machine that has routinely and consistently given us the best games of the year in, year out, the best consistency of good games, the most clever of new games, and that's going to be, bam, playing a lot more of the old ZX on the stream, because the ZX Spectrum, like I said, I call the Coco the ZX of America, because it's a thing that no one hardly knows about. It's got a lot of good games, and I love the Coco, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the ZX has a million more games than the Coco's got, just by sheer girth.
Yes.
And it's got lots of good ones. And every year when I look over these lists, and I just did it a few weeks ago, I look at the games that we played, I'm just like, holy smokes, the quality of these things are off the chart. And I don't think it gets enough credit, especially here in the States. So that's my 3 goals. I've got one more goal, is to get you to stop wearing a green hat in front of a green screen.
No.
That's my 4th goal. Now, if you choose not to perform what I said, then I'm going to apply the COBRA, if you know what I mean. Let's get into the COBRA.
Yes.
The Brent. So, you can't talk about COBRA the game.
COBRA!
That's unless you talk about COBRA the film. All right? And you know me. So, COBRA the film. Have you seen COBRA the film?
I have not.
This was released right in the heart of the 80s. In America, May 23rd, 1986. Starring Sylvester Stallone, of course, in the titular lead as Cobra. His real name is Cobretti. He's an Italian guy. Cobra for short. His love interest and resident hottie in this one was Brigitte Nielsen, coming into their second movie together off Rocky IV.
There you go.
This is the follow-up to Rocky IV. A lot of people don't know that.
Not in movie-wise.
No, I mean, it was his next film.
Right.
Yeah. This is directed by George Cosmatos, and Sly wrote the screenplay. So here's something I didn't know. There are 2 things about the Cobra film. By the way, I sat down and flipped through the Cobra film this week so I could get a feel for the game. You got to see, which that was dumb. Didn't need to do that. But this is loosely based on a book. You can believe it, called Fair Game by Paula Gosling. It's true. So get this. So this, I swear, I heard this 3 different places. I'm going to say it's true. You can grain of salt. So originally, Sylvester Stallone was going to play the Foley character in Beverly Hills Cop. Okay? That was the ultimately character with Eddie Murphy. Okay?
All right.
Sly wanted to replace all the funny parts with violent parts. And the people that were making, I swear, this is the story.
Oh, you're making me have to drink.
This is the story. And so, what ended up happening is the people that were making Beverly Hills Cop were like, this is too expensive. And so Sly was like, all righty. So he shopped over to another studio. Wham, bam, Bob's your uncle. Bam. Cobra was born. All right, and I will tell you this. They did replace all the funny parts with violence, but there's still some funny parts. So the premise of this film is that Sylvester Stallone plays this cop, Cobretti, that they call Cobra. At the very beginning of the movie, there's like a hostage situation. Like the cops can't get in. This guy's covering all the cops. By the way, quick hilarious note. The guy that's holding everyone hostage is the same guy that in Naked Gun got the towel thrown into his face. You know, that guy, he's the back of everything. So he goes, this situation's untenable. Get me the Cobra. And so Stallone drives up and it's like Studebaker or something. I kid you not. And he gets out. And if you've never seen Cobra, it's Sylvester Stallone with a 4 or 5 day old growth on the beard, mirror, sunglasses, a tight black shirt, guns. And he looks like he joined the NWO. Like he turned super evil, but he's good.
And he's not nearly as jacked.
He's pretty big.
He's jacked, but he's not. He
looked pretty big to me.
All right.
So he comes rolling in the building.
He wasn't as big.
He didn't screw around. He just walks in the front door, he starts whooping that brains and kicking that booty. And so the movie's off. So he's the cop that they don't like to use, but he's a necessary evil in the force.
Of course.
And so, long story short, there's a gang of serial killers in town, and they have a serial killer axe dance that they occasionally do, like a rhythmic chant.
Of course.
Like a big warehouse full of them. But the leader of them is the square-faced freak that he had the 2 memorable roles for this guy. One, he was in X-Files. He played one of the aliens in X-Files. And 2, if you ever saw Fright Night 2, he was the big chauffeur that ate the bugs. Same guy. Yeah, by the way, Fright Night 2, watch it. So that's the protagonist. They go back and forth. It's a great chase scene where Cobra is in the back of a pickup truck, and these guys on motorcycles are coming after him. So he's in the back of this pickup truck with a machine gun. He's just gunning down these guys. And the best scene, then I'll stop. There's a scene, and someone put this on the Discord. It was so funny, and this made me watch the film. There's a scene where Cobra goes back to his house, his apartment. He gets in the freezer, and he pulls out a pizza box and a carton of eggs out of the freezer. He sits down, he puts a carton of eggs down. He opens a pizza box, there's pizza in it. He takes a pair of scissors out, and he cuts the pizza up with a pair of scissors. Then he eats it, and he opens up the egg carton, and it's got gun cleaning crap in it, which he kept in the freezer. He starts cleaning his guns and watching TV. It's an all-timer, brother. So I guess what I'm saying is I recommend it. It's dumb and stupid, but it's fun. I enjoyed it. Now,
Aaron, I'll have to say, that makes me think the rumors are incredibly true on how Cobra the game got made. Because Cobra the game is actually licensed to Cobra the movie.
Oh, yeah. It's promotion, of course.
But from what I understand, and this is, again, grain of salt.
Yeah.
But the developers got a pre-screening of Cobra and hated it. Hated it.
Really?
Absolutely hated it.
Okay.
And then they were told, hey, go make a game. So they went back and they made a parody game. This was not announced. This was not planned.
So a parody of... that would make sense because, like, for example, when you start the game, it plays the Rocky theme when you open it up. So apparently they took some liberties with the Cobra game.
And the way it works in the game is you don't have guns at the beginning. Your only attack is a headbutt.
Yeah.
So you have to go through and headbutt all the bad guys. And then you also have prams, little baby carriages that will come around, and you can kill them too with no consequence.
Yeah, what was that? I didn't get that. I watched the movie. But maybe I missed the part where all the prams were involved.
I don't know. So,
someone in the chat, if you know what the significance of the prams are, let me know.
So, in Cobra the game, the goal is to eat all the hamburgers on the board, and every time you eat a hamburger, you get a power-up. The power-ups are a knife. You get a knife for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
A pistol, invincibility, or like an Uzi.
Yeah. It looks more like an M16.
A laser-sighted gun, automatic weapon. And then once you have collected all of those, or she can come out early, your love interest from the movie will appear, and you have to escort her just to once you pick her up and you've eaten all the hamburgers, if you walk a few feet, eventually the level will end and you'll go to the next level.
But before you move on, let me just jump in here with a little bit of the
Sure.
drive, because this makes sense if I read it. So, COBRA, the game, did come out in '86 on the ZX. This was created by Jonathan Joppy Smith, which we've covered a bunch of his games. So, but these games made clear this game up for you a little bit. Amongst the games that he did, he's considered one of the great programmers on the ZX. He did Batman, Firefly, Hypersports, Mikey, Street Hawk, and Green Beret. And we just looked at Green Beret a couple months ago. He was also seconded by Steve Kane, who did BC Bill, Black Lamp. It comes back.
Yeah.
Bounces, Cosmic Cruise for Cosmic Warlord, and Highlander. So we've got two guys. One worked on Street Hawk, one worked on Highlander, which I like that. And the third guy, Martin Galway, also worked on Mikey, and Athena, and Terra Cresta. So this was a 48K game. We should mention that as well. And this, I will say, before you get back into it, they gave you the whole swath of control options.
Oh, yeah, we're going to go over all that. We're going to go over all that.
Carry on.
So, just talking about aesthetics,
Yeah.
okay? As you're running through the game, you're eating your hamburgers, and all of your power-ups, the power-up meter for how long you have it, is in the form of a rubber duck at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
So this game was way tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
From what I understand, that was not agreed upon when they got the license. And depending on who's reviewing the game, which we'll get to a little bit later, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. But let's talk about the game proper. So you get in there as COBRA, right? And right off the bat, you are just covered in enemies.
Yeah.
Both from the left and right side, there are basically three types of enemies. You've got a guy that will charge after you, and then at some point he may chuck a knife. And if he chucks a knife, he'll turn around and run away.
It's like a slow missile. That's what it looks like.
Well, no, that's from the lady. The lady has a rocket launcher and will run up and fire a rocket launcher, but keep coming some of the time. She can turn around and run away too, but mostly she comes after you. The third enemy is the prams.
Yeah.
If a pram hits you, it won't kill you, but it will stun you for a little bit. You have one hit point. So one hit and you're done, except of course for the prams, which just will stun you for a moment. Everything in the game is open to kill. Ladies, guys with knives, prams, open up the Uzi, doesn't matter. You are a killing machine. That is all you are built to do. And the enemies never stop coming. It is not like you eliminate the threat and go on. If they touch you, you die. If they hit you with a projectile, you die. If they fire off screen, which happens a lot more in the second level,
Yeah.
and it hits you, you die. So it's a whole lot of dodging and running and jumping. The game will allow you to scroll either left or right. It's just a loop to find your hamburgers. And the hamburgers are always in spots that are easy to see, but difficult to get to. And I shouldn't say difficult. Takes platforming to get to.
Yeah.
So yes, this is a run and gun, kinda, when you have the weapon, but really this is a platformer. Once your lady comes out, she will stay by your side and run behind you unless you turn around and shoot. If you shoot at her or near her, or if a bullet would hit and would essentially kill her, she runs off. And then you have to wait for a little while or kind of look around for her. Anytime you have a power-up, the knife or the gun or the pistol, or the lady, she's considered a power-up for this, it gives you one additional hit. The problem with that is the game never ever is out there to hit you once. It wants to just dogpile on you, so it's non-stop action. The game also plays in two modes. It has a color or a monochrome setting. I preferred the monochrome.
That's what I liked.
Um,
Just because I'm used to it, I guess.
But it was good either way. With the color, you did get some more color clash because it was trying to add more colors than it probably needed to. You can turn the sound on and off, and we'll talk about the sound a little bit later. It gives you a multitude of joystick setups or keyboard, and it does let you refine the keys.
Yeah.
All perfect.
That's
perfect
good.
for this
They
for
should
this
all
kind of
have
game.
that, yeah.
They should, but they don't.
They don't, but a lot of them do, but some don't.
Let's talk real quick, Aaron, about the music.
Okay.
The music in this is in your face loud. Every aspect of this game is in your face loud. When you lose all your lives, it lets out this gut-curling scream.
Is that what that was?
And it is the loudest thing in the entire game, in a game where everything's loud.
I couldn't even tell what was happening. I knew it was a digitized sound of some sort coming out of the computer, but I was baffled as to what that was.
Yeah, it's crazy. It plays tunes, not in game, but for the rest of the time, it has little tunes going on. I think the tunes are good enough. The sound effects in the game, the guns, the thuds and stuff, I think are all fine. I think the sound on this is not something to write home about, but it's definitely good enough for the game that you have at hand.
Yeah.
Aaron, what did you think when you first fired up COBRA?
Well, cool opening screen.
Yes.
I like that.
Cool splash.
Like you said, I like the game setting screen where you can pick stuff. I liked it that the opening, and then the game started, and then I didn't like it at all. This game is too much, too fast. It gives you zero time to figure out what's happening. It gives you zero time to react. The crap, like a lot of games that are platformers, they make sure to keep the action relegated to a per platform basis. This one does not.
No, they will hunt you down.
No, guys will shoot stuff that will hit you on a higher platform. Stuff can hit you up there. I would not call COBRA. COBRA is not Super Mario like in his abilities. Right? It's more like if I don't know. If he's a tubbier COBRA. It's like if I put on the shirt and put the match in my mouth like COBRA, and I was like, I said a good one-liner, and then struggle to get up the stairs. That's the way I felt.
I can't see you seeking out hamburgers, though.
Yeah. Except I would
Kicking over prams.
No, listen, I would get into a pram. That's why he shoved me down the line. I didn't like it. I could get no. Listen, we played a lot of games. I've been playing a lot of games the last 11 years. You know what I mean? And some games are okay, and there's a lot of hard ones. But this one was near the pinnacle of ludicrously hard. I could get nowhere. I watched with dread as my fellows on Discord attempted to get anywhere in this. They had better luck than I did. I couldn't even get off the first screen.
Well,
and I don't feel bad. Normally, if I said that, I'd be like, no, I don't feel bad. This game is ridiculous. Not fun. I didn't like it. Just getting to the first gun is hard. It's hard. It's a hard, stupidly hard game. The graphics are nothing to write home about. I didn't think
I thought the graphics were fine.
I don't think they're anything to write home about. I don't think the gameplay is that good at all. There may be some good gameplay hidden in there, but how about a difficulty level there, Joffy? You're a programming legend. How about something? Give me a break, brother. I couldn't get anywhere.
Okay, I'm going to help you out a little bit, Aaron.
Really?
Because I actually found a way that it's still going to take skill, but a way I found to get off of level 1 every time without losing a life.
Okay, yes, that would help me.
And this isn't going to make a whole lot of sense if you've never played the game, and I'm just going to go through it real quick. Step 1, get the duck that gives you the knife. The only reason why it's the first duck you come to if you go left. Well, actually, you almost start right under it. The reason why you do this, even though the knife weapon sucks, but it gives you a hit, go left.
Okay, I never did that once.
Go left all the way under the invincibility hamburger.
Yeah.
And the reason why you do this is you'll pick up the lady. You'll pick up who you're supposed to rescue.
Okay.
Go up, get the invincibility hamburger, and then go right for the rest of the game. I haven't totally figured out why or how it works, But if you do it like this, by the time you get the first gun, no more enemies will spawn.
Oh, okay.
It could be emulation. It could be a bug, although I could reproduce it 2 or 3 times when I tried it. It makes getting off the first level a lot easier. However, then the second level comes, and it will beat you into submission. It is an incredibly difficult level, which I never passed. The whole game has 3 levels, so the game isn't going for length; it's going for difficulty. Now, what do I think of the game? I think the game ramps too fast for most people, me included.
Yeah.
I think technically, the scrolling in this, the enemy count, the projectile count, I think all of that is incredibly impressive from a technical perspective.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can get a ton of moving things on the screen at one time. And I mean a ton of bad guys. Whenever you pick up the laser-sighted machine gun, Uzi, automatic weapon, it doubles the amount of bad guys that are on the screen. It makes them come out twice as fast. And it is really awesome, if you don't care about prams, to just hunker down and blow everything away.
Just kill tons of babies.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels great.
What's wrong with you, bro?
I don't know. Another hint on this game. Since enemies are coming from both sides, both sides more than anything else, when you have to shoot behind you, crouch as you turn. Otherwise, you will take a step backwards, and that's never good. So if you crouch as you turn, you'll stay in place. Real good hint there. I didn't hate this game. I didn't hate this game. I think that I think being a parody is hilarious. I think that the graphics are certainly good enough. I think that the sound is good enough. Where I think this game could have been on better footing, even if they were only going to have 3 levels, is the difficulty of level 1 should have been much, much less. Because it is demoralizing when you get in there and you just die again and again and again. I get what they were going for, but I wish that they would have toned it down a little bit.
There are a few things we didn't mention that are pretty wacky.
Okay.
Your lives, maybe you mentioned this, but I didn't hear you. The lives at the bottom of the screen are represented by boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves, yeah.
Which is, again, has nothing to do with COBRA.
It's a Rocky thing, yeah.
And then to the right of the bottom third of the screen is your ever popular, like, what's going on.
Well, bottom fourth, but yeah.
And then on the right side of the screen, it tells you what you're holding. And then if you're holding nothing, there's a COBRA. But if you're holding something like, for instance, there's a picture of the duck pops up,
yeah.
and it slowly disintegrates as
your timer goes away. Yeah.
There'll be a wacky saying underneath the weapon.
Yeah.
That COBRA would say at the end, and then once you get to the 3rd level, you do in fact have the showdown with the Night Stalker, who is the bad guy.
I never made it there
in the movie, and so you could give him a whirl. No, gosh, no. The word on the street is that Joppa decided to make this El Super Hardo Grande because they only made 3 levels for it.
Yeah.
And admittedly, the game isn't very long.
Yeah.
By game standards, if you're any good at this somehow, it won't take you long to get through it, frankly.
No, and this is definitely, while the game is incredibly hard, you can get pattern recognition, and it does give extra lives. This is definitely something you can beat if you wanted to sit down and take maybe a couple days to figure it all out.
The funny thing about this game that I find it funny. First of all, we should mention, just to put things in perspective, when you've got games based on dud films, okay, and I'm gonna say, for example, the one that always comes to my mind is like Hudson Hawk. That's the #1 dud film, but they spent a ton of it was supposed to be a big hit and it died.
Okay.
But it got games like every system, right? COBRA wasn't like that. I think it got There's an Amstrad version, a C64 version, and the ZX version.
Correct.
I think that's it.
That is correct.
And I don't think they're exactly the same. I didn't try the other two.
Correct.
And
yeah,
so,
they're different.
So you may like one more than you do others. But COBRA, this surprised me when I read this. The movie had a budget of $25 million, pretty good budget for 86.
Yeah, certainly.
It brought in a box office worldwide of $160 million. So it was a pretty good hit. But there was never another COBRA. They never made any more games. And so I thought to myself, it's funny that the movie was a big hit, but the game, I didn't think it was that great. Well, I was incorrect.
Yeah.
According to everyone else on Earth.
Correct.
Because if you look at the reviews for this game, they were bonkers.
Yeah.
Crash gave this a 93, the old Crash Smash. CB&G gave this an 80. Your Sinclair gave it an 80. Then you had there were a few outliers. Computer Gamer gave it a 60. Sinclair User gave it a 60. But it won it won awards. It won the Newsfield Award for Best Platform Game. It also, like I said, it got an award in Crash. So, I mean, it was a pretty ballyhooed game, if you think of it, which is crazy to me.
And it had re-releases. It released as a full price title in the beginning, and then a budget title later.
The original price was £7.95p. Now, we'll
expensive.
We'll get it. Well,
that's a lot for a three-level game.
We'll give you that. And we'll get into why it matters when we get to the eBay. But the reviews, like I said, the reviews were pretty good. And we got a lot of reviews on the Discord, Brent. If you'll indulge me, I'll go through some of these.
Absolutely.
First off is our good buddy Jed Byrne, who chimed in. He says, Jonathan Joppa Smith was the best programmer on the ZX Spectrum, and COBRA is his masterpiece. No other game pushes the basic 48K machine to the same limits. It all starts with Martin Galway's music. Most games had quiet, multi-channel music with clicks for percussion. COBRA's music blasts out loud and with lots of drums. Then the game begins. Colorful backgrounds with smooth scrolling and parallax effects. The screen filled with a cartoonish sprite zipping around smoothly. A lot of effects, a lot of sound effects and tunes playing. Never has a Spectrum felt so much like a C64. It mostly ignores the COBRA license and instead a Stallone tie-in, full references to other films like the Rocky theme played at the start of every life and the Push Me label for the machine gun. Java's offbeat humor also features throughout, such as the giant rubber duck and the game under message at the end. Compromise was necessary to fit it all into 48K. So there are only 3 levels that wrap around quickly. To give the game some longevity, it was made punishingly difficult. So there you go, according to Jed. Yes, the game is brutal, but also beatable. If your focus is sharp, which mine isn't, reaction swift, and use of weapons strategic, you'll survive. When the crowd goes wild at the level's end, it's so satisfying because you earned it. You feel like Rocky at the top of the steps. Over the decades, I've regularly returned to COBRA, and it never disappointed. My all-time favorite ZX Spectrum game. So Jed Byrne
high praise.
Put this thing over like $1 million. I should mention also when you look at the top 10 list, it says morgue, I believe is what it says.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny. But Jocko chimed in. They were present. He says, I have tried this a couple times back in the day and found it instantly impossible to get anywhere. Yeah. Okay, it was a pirated copy with no instructions, so I probably deserved that. Coming back, no, the instructions don't help. Coming back to it now for the show, I found it impossible to get anywhere. But this time I stuck at it, and after headbutting many baddies and acquiring shooty bang hidden in a burger, I was able to off a few enemies and make it to the end of the first level, then died somewhere in level 2. The constant barrage of strollers were probably the biggest annoyance to me. I would get hit, freeze, and then see death coming a mile off with no apparent way to avoid it. I like that the weapons act as a hit shield, but really a game like this needs an energy bar rather than live system to counter some of the unavoidable hits. I agree with that. Possibly the game was a little rushed out. It did come out the same year as the movie, and the initial release had some bugs, so maybe it was the best that could be done at the time. COBRA does run like a dream on the Speccy, and with tons of sprites flying around, it doesn't really slow down, so it's a technical marvel. Overall, great graphics and sound, and while it's playable, I personally found it too sporadic to get on with 6 out of 10, which is a burial for Pajako by his standards. D-Man chimes in, the D-ster. Taking a very loose interpretation of the film's plot, the legendary Joppa Smith fortunately had free reign to weave his trademark offbeat humor into this standout manic action performer. It's sheer difficulty of a game where you can get wiped out very quickly that stops it from being the top tier of spooky games in my view. 8.5 out of 10 from the D-Man. Jigglebox hops in here. You can't fail to be impressed by the technical achievements of this game. As others have mentioned, it was clearly developed by someone who understood the specky inside and out and knew how to get the best from it.
Yeah.
I had no prior experience of this game or the movie, as far as I recall, so no underlying nostalgia for it whatsoever. I found it quite tricky to get into. It doesn't forgive any slight mistakes. However, I did persist to make it to level 2 with a bit of support from the others on Discord. If I had bought this at the time, I had invested my own cash in it and waited several minutes for it to load up, I would definitely have stuck with it more. But in this day and age, it becomes an effort to do that rather than reset the specky and enjoy another game. I'll definitely return to it for the occasional blast. Overall, 6 out of 10. The Brent, 6 out of 10.
Seems to be a popular score.
Where do you put this on the Brent pantheon of games?
Well, real quick, I want to read something that Zap64 said of the C64 version.
Okay, go ahead.
They said, and I quote, unplayable, unoriginal, unprofessional, unimaginable, and an unacceptable licensed travesty.
Wow. So the C64 version, not well regarded.
No, so if you're going to play this, the Spectrum is definitely the place to play it.
So, your thoughts?
It's fine. It starts out too hard, which can be very discouraging, which is bad game development. But it also allows you to work out strategies that work for you. If I was playing this and it wasn't for the show, I would have loaded it up, played it for 2 seconds, quit.
That's going to go to show it makes you play things if you hate them.
But since I was trying to get a real feel of what was going on, I learned the little trick at stage 1, which allowed me to get farther into stage 2, but I always got overwhelmed in stage 2 and never made it off of it. So I would say this is a solid 6 out of 10.
Did you like this more than Green Beret?
No.
I didn't either.
No.
And I didn't like I wouldn't even get a Green Beret either.
Well, I like Green Beret
better than
quite
this.
a bit.
And this is an unpopular opinion, but I can't help it. I think this is vastly overrated.
Oh, really?
I don't like it.
You think 6 out of 10 is too much?
I mean, by the magazines and community at large.
Oh, okay.
I'd heard of the legend of this game years before I played it. Because I knew we'd get around to it, And I'm glad we did. I was excited to play it. And listen, it could be one of those where I have to sit down for weeks and weeks or play it on stream for a couple hours to try to get better and better and better at it. Maybe I'll feel some sense of accomplishment. But I didn't like it. I could get nowhere. It just, also, I don't think there's not nearly enough bad guys. There's not enough.
You mean variety.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there are plenty on the screen. Don't get me wrong.
No, I will say the variety is limited.
But, I mean, I don't get the humor. Maybe that's part of it. The duck, the prams. I don't get that. I don't know what that... I thought maybe it was something in the movie, but I didn't see anything about that in the movie.
I don't know.
So, but even if it was in a movie, that's what you're going to put in here? How about some more bad guys?
Well,
that look like crazy... Where's the crazy axe-wielding goose? That's what I want.
There's a lot more problems than just that. But I understand.
But I don't like. I didn't think it controlled all that well. I mean, the graphics were, I would say, above average, but it wasn't like I was looking at something super incredible. It was okay. I didn't do it for me. Maybe I can't accept it on a level that other people can, but I just can't. I'm limited, I guess, in that regard. So to me, I didn't think this was any good at all. I didn't like it. I'm not going to give it a 6 or a 5. I'm going to be in the 4 zone. I thought this was below average for the ZX. Didn't like it. I did not.
Hey, I can't make you like things.
I know, you've tried. So I looked it up on eBay. Somebody likes it out there. So if you don't mind getting the cassette, just a cassette box, with the tape in it, and it's the Hit Squad version. You can get that for $7, $10, $12 or less. No problem. If you want a first edition version of this, which it's not a reprint, it's not one of the budget releases.
Yeah.
People were asking $60. Okay. Now you can also apparently made this in a case. Like this. Sometimes they make a box.
Yeah,
with tape.
a box version. Yeah.
I saw someone asking $161 for that. Your mileage may vary. I told Brent, as soon as this show's over, we're going to look through my tapes. Because someone might be selling a Cobra here soon. I do like the fact that it's based on a really stupid film. And the funny thing is, I love times when I'm forced to watch something I would never watch. Because I've known about Cobra for years. I ain't going to watch that. But it was so stupid. And I mean, it's like if you distill and actually hear it down to the most basic plot. And I mean, it's just like idiotic bad guy with a bad guy group of idiots, generic chick, the boss that doesn't like you, the tough cop that doesn't give a crap, that shoots everybody. This is the movie. It's ludicrous. It's like Sledgehammer, or McBain or something.
It's a parody of cop films.
So my suggestion, go watch the film, get a couple adult beverages, go watch Cobra, and then you should be good to go, in my opinion. So there you go. So that's all I've got on the Cobra, the brand. By the way, and also a great finisher in wrestling. Cobra Clutch, as used by the Masked Superstar, just in case you were wondering.
It's okay.
Same thing as the $1 Million Dream. So the rotation moves on.
Yes.
Let's talk about our next game. For the Clouds Club members have spoken, Brent. We're going to be playing WEC Le Mans. Car racing game. Now, I will say, I've never played this game, but it looks nice. It looks like a real nice game. We'll be playing that February 1st is next R Sinclair. We'll be back in action for WEC Le Mans. That'll be a good time.
Yeah, should be
now,
good.
Now, next week, the rotation spins again. And we're back on ARG Presents. And boy, here we go. This is classic ARG Presents, everybody. Because who was it that asked to play this monstrosity? Let me see here. Z9K9. I haven't heard from Z9 for a while, so someone go poke him. We're playing this. Some of these pieces are 5 or 6 years old.
They're not that old.
No, they are.
That one's not.
But we're going to be playing game selections on the Tektronix 405X, the 405 series of Tektronix. I know we've had our crack Discord staff looking into this one. And it's been a mixed bag.
Has anyone gotten anything to load? I know Pajaka was close.
I don't know. So if not, we will be doing something else. But I think in the entire time we've done this show, that's only happened like 1, maybe 2 times.
We've only had, one, a system didn't actually exist. So obviously we couldn't get that going.
If you listen to the show, the beginning of the show, it says, "We got it going." That's our logo and that's our motto. So we're going to try our best to get that going. So that should be a lot of fun. I think that's all we got. Anything you want to talk about? Any New Year's greetings to the fans? And I want to give a New Year's greeting to everybody. Thanks for hanging out through the year, and we hope you enjoy our upcoming bevy of games. Should be a lot of fun, including next time around. Any greetings or show the people some love, the Brent?
Nope.
That's all we got. He's in love with Scumbag, everybody. But I love you enough for everybody, for both of us. So have a good weekend. Happy New Year, everybody. And make sure you rewind tape.
Cobra.
No, and hit play. Bam. What'd you think of that one, the Brent?
I obviously like this game a little more than you did.
Yeah, you can't like it less than me.
But I understand your hate.
Yeah, I could. I mean, you know what makes me not like a game? The inability to play the game. It's like you hear the Rocky theme. I'm ready. It's like it's crushed. I feel like like the very first year of the expansion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like their quarterback. It's like hot It's getting
or the
creamed.
Geno Smith of this year.
It's just getting creamed by everybody. So, yeah, I didn't do it for me, the Brent. But, hey, if people love it, that's good for them. I mean, everyone's got their cup of tea. This one was not. And I love platformers, too.
And I like tea.
Well, I hate tea. So, there's that. So, hey, by the way, scroll up there, Brent. I saw some people that were subscribing. I want to shout them out.
Shout them.
There it is. Texas Foosballer. Thank you, Tex, for continuing your never-ending Cal Ripken Jr.-like streak. 48 months. That's a lot of months.
That's a lot of months.
Thank you. Does anybody know about... was there something about the prams that I wasn't getting from the film? I think he must have stuck that in there for hilarity's sake. Also, people must think prams are funnier than I do. I've noticed that because they show up a lot. Prams and toilets. They show up quite a bit. I'm always like, what are these doing here?
Well, it was a British game, so I can see that.
Well, no kidding. They're all British games. It's the ZX Spectrum.
I know, but I'm emphasizing.
I got
Not
it.
informing, I'm emphasizing.
Thank you for that. Are you excited to take on the Tektronix? I have to always look at the piece.
No, I'm fearful. I'm absolutely fearful.
We got to get an early start on this one. We can't screw around.
No, I'm going to, yeah.
Because we don't know what we're up for on this one. You know, this could be nightmarish, and it's, you know. But I mean, we've played stuff that was around before. Like we played that stuff for the college computers. Stuff. I've signed up for services. The QL. I had to pay for those games for the QL.
I have a feeling this is going to be one of those systems where we don't have to choose the game. We can look at all the games. I could be wrong.
I'll tell you something. That QL episode sticks out too. That really pissed me off because that game sucked too. That jungle game I picked for the QL. And the thing is now I've got a negative attitude about the QL forever. Just because some greedy scumbag was charging for all those games that were like 8,000 years old. Loosen up, brother. What are you doing? How much money could you possibly... And the thing is, they weren't cheap. It's not like I paid $1. It's like $10 for a pack of those things.
I think you'll be okay, man.
That just pissed me off. Anyway...
Everything ticks you off.
No, it doesn't. I'm a happy-go-lucky fellow.
You are.
You're all over the map here, the Brent. Good grief. You want to take this thing to the house? You got anything else left to say before we go in there and get some dinner?
You probably didn't see the images I posted. I got Terry a 1/4 scale burger time.
Oh, like an arcade machine?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. No,
it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I thought it was gonna be one you could hook your controller up to and play, but you can't. You have to use the controls on the machine. But they're pretty good, so it's not bad.
So you didn't 3D print this?
No,
because I was baffled for a second.
No.
Hey, are you gonna 3D print the kids some crap for that game?
Well, you have the retail box, right?
Uh-huh.
So you went to a store and bought it?
We bought it online.
Okay. I need to know if you have the retail or the Kickstarter version. I'm guessing it's retail.
Yes, retail.
Yeah. That was a question I needed to get from you before I could print it.
For Christmas, I bought my kid, what's that game called?
Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire, the board game. The most overcomplicated, exhausting board game of all time.
Not even close.
It was way up the list. I was getting Battlestar Galactica vibes off this thing.
Battlestar Galactica isn't that hard.
No, it's just like the setup.
Oh,
like 4 million hours.
Yeah.
You could build a home quicker than you can set this game up.
Faster than you can Slay the Spire.
By the time we got to the point where we were ready to play the game, we all gave up. The kid fell asleep in the floor. That's a shoot. That actually happened. So, yeah.
What you'll need to do is at some point, you'll need to let Jamie, Matt, and I take a crack at it so we can figure out what to do, and then we can teach you how to play.
That's what I told Jamie. I was like, get in there. Hey, just before we go, we're going to special shout out to other people we missed while we were in the middle of playing. While we were in the middle of, that's sort of what we were doing. While we were in the middle of doing a show, including ever popular, the Texas, the Super Tech Boy, the Texas Foosball, our Portal, Keyboard G, Rule of Thirds. Good to see you guys popping in. __. That's a new one. I don't think I've seen you before. Oh, Retro Gaming Denmark. It's been a while. Good to see you, man. Manic Weiner, another one of my faves. So we had a good crowd here today.
Yeah, we did.
Roll, go back up. I saw one more I didn't see before. Yes, that was the Marcade who informed us of our presence on that mystery show. Thanks everybody for popping around. We're going to take this thing to the hizzy, and we will be back next Sunday with hopefully another surefire winner. Yeah. Just show up to see a screw up. That's if you want to do
We
something.
surefire nothing.
Yeah.